Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, California Weather Watch. Today is October 14th. I'm up and at 'em early this morning here because as you can see, we've got so much going on across Southern California. The band of very heavy rainfall, torrential rainfall, very strong winds is just moving towards Ventura right now as we speak. If I zoom in, you can see it moving across Muscle Shoals as we speak right now. There's Highway 101, and this is headed towards places like Oxnard and eventually towards Los Angeles here as we go on in through this morning. If I click on that, look at this. We got a severe thunderstorm watch. Isolated damaging wind gusts to 70 miles per hour possible. A tornado or two is also possible. The low top convection with very heavy rainfall slamming into the region. We've got all kinds of other stuff. We've got flood watches, special weather statements, you name it. We got it here across much of the state of California. And if you notice, this is actually a three-dimensional view of things. So yeah, here comes the heavy rain, folks. Ventura, you are up next. Then eventually Oxnard. Again, as I mentioned, down towards Los Angeles. Eventually, this will come across portions of Orange County and San Diego as well as we go on in through the day today. So let's jump back into things here a little bit, and we'll see the mid-latitude cyclone here on the mid-level water vapor loop, and that's what's spawning this very potent line of precipitation down across Southern California here this morning. If we take a look, you can see we got the slight risk across portions of Southern California, and you know the reason why. It's because that line of extremely heavy rainfall moving down across the region. There's burn scar areas in here, and you've got some very complex terrain features. You can funnel that moisture down, and you can cause some really severe flooding. So that is why the day one excessive rainfall outlook is out. And also, we got that 2% tornado. It was mentioned in the severe thunderstorm warning and watch. I think that was just actually a watch here. Let me just correct myself. I think that's a severe thunderstorm watch. Correct. But yeah, there's going to be some individual warnings, no doubt, coming with this line as we move on in through the day today. Now, take a look at the high-resolution model, wider view of the state of California, and you can really see that band of precipitation here moving across Santa Barbara, Ventura County as we speak. Now, if I put this into motion, you can kind of see the progression of that down towards Los Angeles. I mean, look at some of these precipitation rates coming across towards Orange County as we go through this afternoon as well. This is about 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. You start to get precipitation for San Diego, and you can kind of see the mid-latitude cyclone still producing precipitation as we go through the day today across a lot of the Sierra Nevada and wrapping around back up into the San Joaquin Valley and the Sacramento Valley. So that precipitation will continue with us as we go on in through tonight. And one more look at it there as it progresses across the area. Now, looking at Southern California, again, the pink is that severe thunderstorm watch. There's flash flood warnings up there, special marine warnings for that very intense line. We got, flood advisories and all kinds of stuff going on there. Wind advisories across much of the region. If I click on that on Orange County, you can see the wind advisory is in effect. Gust to 35 miles per hour is expected. This goes through 3 p.m. this afternoon. But with that embedded line, the winds are probably going to be stronger and locally much stronger for some areas. So if we take a look at that high resolution model, I'm going to update this because this is a 12Z data. This is running hot off the presses. What we're looking at is 80-meter wind speed. Again, there's Los Angeles right there. There's Point Conception, and you're looking at the Mexico-California border right there. You got the Peninsular Range and the Transverse Range, some strong winds this morning. And again, you can kind of see the strength of that line moving towards Los Angeles as we go through the day today, moving down towards Orange County, and then eventually San Diego as we go through this afternoon. Now, also something interesting, you got significant tornado parameter. Actually, that parameter is showing up here again. A little bit of instability in the atmosphere, some turning, some decent wind shear. So I would not be surprised when all is said and done if there was a water spout or two or a tornado with that line as it propagates across the region. And if you want a nice affordable home weather station, click on that link down below. It makes it much more fun to watch this crazy weather when you've got a weather station attached to your house. Save 10% off and help support the channel. Now, at 18,000 feet, you can really see just how unusual this storm is. I mean, very cold air aloft. That's what's driving that powerful frontal system, the mountains, snows, and fairly heavy rainfall amounts for some of the area here. And a nice widespread rainfall, all things considered, if we can avoid those individual instances of damage. Very beneficial storm. You've got to take the rainfall when you can get it here across much of the state. And that system should be moving out as we go on in through the day on Wednesday. And like like I've been mentioning over the last few days, you got some very warm water out here, relatively speaking. The blues are generally 60 degrees plus, and even across Southern California, 70-degree water readings up there, or into the low 70s, is out there across some of that offshore water. And then that helps add some fuel to the fire with that frontal system coming down. That'll adds up just another little kick of instability there, which can help for some of these showers to overperform in the storm in general. And again, temperature anomaly for this time of year, we are well above normal across the coastal waters, and that's what's helped driving some of those warmer waters. A little bit of upwelling there right along some of the central coast towards Point Conception. Now, looking at the North American model, wider view of things here, and again, you can kind of see that frontal system. It's right there, moving across Ventura County, Los Angeles County. It brings some heavy rain at times towards Orange County, and maybe some moderate heavy rain towards San Diego County, San Diego as well. Not a lot of that is getting across the interior portions of Imperial, Riverside, and San Bernardino County. You can see some showers moving across the region, but the wraparound moisture is also of note across the Sierra Nevada, and that continues across some portions like Sacramento. You could get a few inches towards Lake Tahoe. Let me know what you're seeing out there if you're watching this video as far as snowfall. But the main snowfall amounts are falling above 5,500 to 6,000 feet with this system, and that should be wrapping up here as we're going on in through midday on Wednesday, as the system finally starts to peel off to the east. We'll take a little bit of a look at what's coming next down the pipeline here for the state as well. Now, this is snow depth in inches. This is not, a forecast amount of snow that is falling, but this is actual snow on the ground, and you can see a lot of areas still. This is about where we are right now, maybe right there between there, and you see the snow is flying across the higher terrain. So you're going to want to wait to travel probably off in towards Wednesday afternoon. You can kind of still see as we go through Wednesday early morning, some of that snow still piling up across the Sierra Nevada and then kicking off to the east. And as we go off into the extended forecast a little bit here, you can kind of see the snow melts back because you still got a fairly decently strong sun here at this time of year. We're only in mid-October. So once this storm passes through, you are going to lose some of that snowpack. Now, again, the European, I believe I just showed that one here as well. Let's skip by that. We're going to take a look at the extended forecast here a little bit. So taking a look there, you can see that storm system moving through. It's with us through Wednesday, and then that kicks off another weak frontal system to the Pacific Northwest. And then another more robust system arrives this weekend that could clip northern portions of California. And then the jet stream kind of gets active here as we go towards the second half of October. And we'll see, it depends on where this jet stream lines up and just how far south they can get on how much of California is going to be included in that. Right now, it looks like mainly northern portions, but this can change. I mean, you see some just absolutely beastly lows racing across the Gulf of Alaska. We'll have to watch that closely as we go over the next few days as well. And we'll see how that trends. You can kind of see the atmospheric river signatures. Some of that could be affecting portions of California, maybe as far south as the Bay Area through the extended forecast. But that's kind of a fantasy forecast right now, but the models are definitely pointing at a more active period as we go through the second half of October for the West Coast. I mean, I shouldn't even see more active here because we've been pretty darn right active in California, very active over the last couple of days. Now, taking a look at the drought monitor, this is this time last year. You can see we're not doing as well, so don't like to see that. Southern California, a lot of the region there is dealing with a severe drought, and I believe that, yeah, the red is extreme drought. No exceptional drought right now, so not quite as good as last year, but still not as bad as we have been over the last 5 years or so. And there's the 8 to 14 day extended forecast. Kind of got that below normal signal for a lot of the West Coast. And again, we'll see what kind of trend we're going to be looking at here over the next few days as far as precipitation going on into the future. Got some cool footage up here across Alki Beach in Seattle. If you want to check that out on the Patreon page, the link is down below. But yeah, let's take one more look here. And if we zoom in, you can see it is just knocking on the doorstep of Ventura and Oxnard. And again, some very heavy precipitation embedded in this line. No doubt. And again, you could get some tornadic activity, some strong winds. Watch out, turn around, don't drown. Hopefully you don't have to be out and about as you go through this morning. Try to avoid this line of thunderstorms. There's a lot of good Doppler radar apps you can get to kind of check this out and see exactly where you are. And we're also getting some prefrontal showers here and rainfall across portions of Los Angeles County. So heads up for that. Eyes on the sky today. Take it easy out there. Let this thing pass through. By the time we get towards towards later on today, and this big line of storms moves through, or big line of whatever you want to call it, this big frontal system moving through the area. You want to get on the backside of that before you get out and do stuff if you can avoid it. So anyway, hopefully you guys are having a good day. Stay safe out there. We'll do this all again tomorrow, most likely, and I will talk to you guys then.